Hi, welcome to Julius Bar. Today we're gonna mix a 6-cylinder. So the 6-cylinder is a recipe featured in John's Complete Bar Guide from 1977. It's a really cute recipe. It's an equal part recipe but with 6 ingredients, and I felt it was kinda interesting. There are several variations of this recipe available online. Everyone tweaks a bit one or the other of the ingredients, but today I'm gonna propose you the straight version where all ingredients are equal, and let's get down to mixing. First of all, let's say hello to my little friend here. It's my new mixing glass. As I told you before, I was not quite 100% happy with my really cute but weirdly shaped mixing glass I've been using the last few months. Now I have this new one which is straight and a bit bigger, and I like it so far. So let's start from the most interesting ingredient of this cocktail. It's gonna be this Dubonnet. Dubonnet, it's a fortified French wine. It was the favorite of both the Queen Elizabeth II and her mother, and to me it tastes really like a really young wine, even like a Beaujolais Nouveau almost, to which they added a bit of quinine and some red fruits, which is probably what they did. It's tasty, it's sweet, it's nice, and it has quite a cute pink color. Let's go on with the other ingredients. Let's go on with the cherry herring. Cherry liqueur from Denmark, thick and sweet, and I think this ingredient, I mean, it matches perfectly the Dubonnet in flavor, which has some red fruits, as I said. Cherry herring, how much is it percentage? 24% maybe. But let's go with a Campari. Campari. Also, what did they say how much I'm pouring in? I'm pouring in 15 milliliters or a quarter of an ounce for each ingredient. Anyway, Campari also 15. Then we're gonna have 2 vermouth, both dry vermouth, Carpano dry, and sweet vermouth, Antica Formula. And then we conclude with gin. This gin I'm using is a Tanqueray Bloomsbury. It was a limited edition a few years ago of 100,000 bottles. It's nice. It's a nice dry gin. It's really spicy on the tongue. It's a bit darker, I would think, of a normal Tanqueray. Less sharp and more spicy, if it makes any sense. Anyway, it's decent. It's a decent gin, but I wouldn't advise you to go out and buy this, because nowadays it costs about double the price that it was originally, if you can find it. And I just found it in a really small liquor store while I was in a trip in Hida Takayama. And that's the thing you have to do here in Japan. Go inside some of those really small liquor stores, because sometimes they get some bottles and those bottles just stay there for the longest time, and then you find some interesting stuff still retailed at the original MSRP, and you find sometimes some really good deals, especially outside of Tokyo. In Tokyo it's hard nowadays because everybody knows about this, but like I remember last time, by the way, I'm gonna get some ice in here. We were traveling in Hokkaido and I found this Suntory vodka, which was the same as the Suntory vodka I normally use with the white label, but it had a black label and it was 50% ABV. And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna buy it. It's fine, I'm gonna find it somewhere else. Well, that was the last bottle I ever saw, and I wish I would have bought it. Yeah, just pay attention. When I found this one, it was still retailed at an MSRP, maybe 4,000 yen. It's 1 liter of gin. 47.3%, and I searched online. I saw it was sold out by the time I bought it, and so I bought it. And nowadays, if you can find it, yeah, it goes for 7,000 yen, which is almost double. But on the other side, I was like, let's just drink it. I mean, it's not worth that much to resell this for the monetary value. I might just drink it. And let's strain this in a coupe, a chilled coupe. With this mixing glass I can go back to use my julep strainer. And let's decorate with a maraschino cherry. And there you go, a 6-cylinder. Cheers. I like it like this, like as specified. No need to change the recipe. For once, I agree with the original one. No tweaking or anything. The cherry flavor is well present. The second flavor that comes up to you is the Campari, which is fine. And everything else blends nicely together. It's nicely aperitif drink. It's a bit sharp, a bit sweet. Overall, pretty nice. But the only difference from what I did from the original recipe is the original recipe said to shake it. I stirred it because, I don't know, it didn't quite feel like a shaken cocktail, this one. And it's really good like this, stirred. No need for the effort, extra effort of shaking. So if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, comment down below, share with anybody you like and don't like. Steal yourself a Dubonnet cocktail, and hopefully I will see you next time. Cheers! So 6-cylinder, let's talk about 6-cylinder cars. There have been many nice ones over the year. So here are just a few of the 6-cylinder cars that came to mind, which are really interesting, awesome, or just drop dead gorgeous. Like the first one is gonna be the Mercedes 300 SL Gullwing. If you see it, you know it. It's one of the most famous, most gorgeous cars of all time. And he had a 6-cylinder inline engine. Inline meaning they were 6-cylinder one next to each other. And then let's go with a really cute one, the Ferrari Dino. The Dino, man, Ferrari was like, let's make a cute small 6-cylinder car for the poor people. And he made this really, really gorgeous car, which now it's so collectible, and it was the cheap Ferrari, but it's so beautiful. The Dino was a 6-cylinder mid-engine car. It's just great, and there are some really cute colors around for the Dino. I guess, yeah, it was supposed to be like a cute car. And then let's go on a bit in time to more modern times. Of course, 6-cylinder inline became the trademark of early good BMWs, like M3s and stuff. But I've never been too keen of the BMW stuff. Just, I never drove anything. I don't drive any cars, pretty much ever. Just when I go to Italy a month a year, I just drive a really cheap economy car. But it's just interesting to look at this car and see how pretty they are, how different manufacturers thought about making the same tool in such different ways. It's wild. And then more recently there was the Supra, the Toyota Supra from the 90s with the inline 6 from Toyota, the mythical 2JZ, which is an engine that has been pushed to extreme power over the years because it was nicely overbuilt by Toyota. And I remember I was 15, 16, something like that. Me and my friend, we were hanging out eating ice cream in the early evening on Saturday night. And we were just sitting by a bench at the entrance of Orzenovi Square, my town. And Orzenovi Square, it's a bit of a mini center. People from all around nearby towns, they come over because there are lots of bars, there is lots of people hanging around, good looking girls, according to somebody coming from outside of our town. Anyway, lots of people come over. And I remember every single Saturday night, this guy with a bottle green Supra came over. And me and my friend were like, whoa, that's amazing, with the mega huge wing in the back. was awesome. When he was coming to town, you could like vroom, 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 coming over, and me and my friend were freaking out. Whoa, Supra, yeah! Yeah, that was cool. Another cool 6-cylinder I actually saw a few years ago right nearby, and I was like, never thinking I will ever see such a car in real life, is a Clio 24 valves, where basically they put a 6-cylinder engine in the back of a Clio, a small hatchback car, and that car is absolutely crazy, insane. And I just saw the guy who was fueling up. I took a picture, I'm gonna put it here below. It's not quite a good picture, but you can see that he has the vents for the engine in the back, and that's pretty cute and insane. And I think with a 6-cylinder engine, we went pretty much full circle. It used to be like the junior enthusiast car. Like if you have a normal car, most of the time it's going to be a 4-cylinder in Europe, Japan, countries that are not US. If you want a slightly more sportier version, something like a bit exciting, you'll get 6-cylinder. Nowadays, technology have pushed the 6-cylinder to be one of the fastest engine around. So F1 now has a 6-cylinder helped out by hybrid system, as does the new Ferrari 296 GTB, which looks like an absolutely gorgeous, insane car that goes at the speed of light and sounds amazing, and he has a 6-cylinder, 120 degrees V, that if you're a nerd like me, it's really interesting because 120 degrees V would be the perfect angle for a 6-cylinder V, but I think this is just the first or second they ever made because it's highly unpractical, but really cool. Yeah.